Here are your top stocks for 2026. It's your boy CB. If you guys are new to this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and turn on the notification bell. This is not financial advice. This is all my opinion. You are subject to doing your own research and making sure to do the due diligence and research before you take the risk. With that being said, let's get right to it. Starting off with number one, we have NVIDIA, the leading company in the AI production space when it comes to creating the chips for the data centers and AI-driven products. NVIDIA is the go-to company for that as of right now. So that's my reason for personally wanting to buy more shares of NVIDIA. I do see continued growth going into 2026. With the current price being at $180.99, I definitely would like to buy it at $165.23 if we get to that price. However, if we get to $136.76, I would love to buy it at that price. And I predict this stock going to about $230, if not higher, in 2026. That's my personal prediction. Moving on to number two, we have Meta. Meta is another company that I think was undervalued in 2025, and I think we'll see some more growth in 2026 if the market makers agree. And I think we'll see more growth in 2026 because they're positioning themselves well in the AI race when it comes to building the data centers. They're already getting their expenses out of the way in that space, and they're building out those spaces as of right now. So they're already putting the money towards that while still profiting and having free cash flow that really doesn't make a big dent in their company because they're still profiting well from platforms like Instagram and Facebook. So they're doing really well in just positioning themselves, and I think that they'll just have more growth, continued growth in 2026. This year they did reach 790, but they saw pullbacks due to news reports about different AI expenses and things like that. So for those reasons, I think that Meta has a lot more room to grow. Currently it's sitting at $658. My target prices that I love would be $500. If it gets to $500, I definitely would say load the boat. However, if we can't reach $500 and we get somewhere around $567, I like it at that price, and I even like it at $600. So if you get to any of those three prices, I definitely recommend buying it. I predict this stock being anywhere from $900 to $1,000 in 2026. That's just my personal opinion. And if it doesn't happen next year, I definitely think it will happen sometime in the near future. So Meta is definitely one of the stocks on my watch list to buy. And yeah, a few honorable mentions before we get to the third and final stock is going to be number one, PayPal. PayPal has had a drastic pullback in 2025, currently priced at $59.81. Their all-time high is somewhere around $310. With it being that high and them seeing such a drastic pullback, I don't think that they'll get back to 300 in a year. However, I do think that they will see some growth. If you bought it at this price, you have a little bit of room for risk, but you have a lot more room for reward. So I think it's worth the risk to buy this stock at this price, in my opinion. Again, this is not financial advice. This is all my opinion. You are subject to doing your own research and making sure to do the due diligence and research before you take the risk. With that being said, I definitely think that it's a stock that's worth looking into and possibly even putting some size into it just to get a small return or even a larger return. I think that this can be a $100 stock in the near future. And those are my thoughts on PayPal. Moving on, I have DraftKings, ticker symbol DKNG, currently priced at $34.21. I definitely think this is a good stock if you can buy it somewhere around $25 to $26. I see this being a $45 stock, with it being one of the leaders in the sports betting era of degenerates and people being degens and trying to gamble their money. I definitely think that DraftKings has an advantage in that sector, in that market, and they're seeing steady decrease in debt, which is a great sign because the debt is gonna end up flowing over to the cash flow and the income, leftover income and profit. So I definitely think that that's a great sign to see in DraftKings. They didn't have much growth this year, but they definitely are setting themselves up to be a growing stock in the next coming year. Lastly, we have SpaceX. Now, SpaceX is not public as of yet, It is expected to be public going into 2026, somewhere towards the end of 2026, I believe. So I would just say keep your eyes out for SpaceX. It is the company owned by Elon, and it is a space company. And I think that space is going to play a big role in the next coming 5 to 10, 20 years. So SpaceX is going to be one of the leaders in that space, I believe, and I definitely think it is a stock to keep an eye on whenever it does go public. Even buy some shares in my opinion. Third and final stock for 2026, we have SoFi, ticker symbol SOFI. Currently priced at $27.24. It's had a growth this year of 70%, I believe, and I honestly think that it's currently positioned in its previous all-time high. So if we get a break at this level, we can definitely see higher. However, I would love to see a pullback closer to about $18. If we get down to $18, I would say load the boat and buy a lot of shares at that price. There's not a guarantee that can happen, but if it does happen, I would definitely say load the boat. If not, I would say buy it somewhere around $24. My exact numbers are $23.88. If we get to that price, I definitely think it's a price worth buying into at. And if we get lower, I would say buy more. From there, we can then see a price push into closer to $40, in my opinion. $40 to $50 is where I see this stock being. It's definitely a stock worth looking into. It's an online banking and multi-purposeful usage stock when it comes to finance, and it's doing really well in dominating the creativity space in the financial sector. And it's a youthful growing stock, and it has a lot of debt, but it also has a lot of cash flow as well. So that cash flow combats the debt. So it's a really good stock to look into if you guys are interested in the financial sector. With that being said, those are your top stocks to watch going into 2026. Once again, my name is CB. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe for more content, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in the next one.